What's going on, guys? So today we are out here at Explore USA RV Supercenter in Corpus Christi, Texas, and we are going to take a look at this Goliath of a toy hauler. This is a Dutchman Voltage. It's a 2022 model. This thing is super cool, and if you are looking for a toy hauler that doesn't have that traditional kind of confusing long sofa in it, you want something a little bit more residential style, this is something you might like. So hang tight, I'll be right back. As always, before we get started, let's take a look at the numbers on this unit. So this Voltage is going to have a gross vehicle weight rating of 20,000 pounds. It's going to ride on 3 7,000-pound axles. So what's nice about this and a lot of toy haulers is you're going to have 21,000 pounds worth of axle capacity if you have a 3-axle unit. So that's really nice. It has an unloaded weight of 16,220 pounds, which is going to leave you 3,720 pounds worth of cargo capacity. So very, very nice. Tires on this specific unit are going to be 16-inch F-rated tires. So I do wish they would have gone with a 16-inch G-rated tire there, but you know, this should be enough easily to be able to support the weight. I just prefer the robustness of a G-rated tire. Anyways, guys, let's take a look inside of this fifth wheel, then we'll come back out and see what the outside's all about. Okay, so we have the Curt Rotaflex up front, all frameless windows, cable-driven slide. Has the Moride step above going on over here. And this is the Voltage 4225, 2022 Toy Hauler of the Year. All right, step inside. Nice friction hinge door. Some doors that are friction hinge doors, you're going to kind of hear this kind of creakiness, and that's because the friction hinge is actually working. So that's not a bad thing, actually. Okay, so as we walk inside, we'll pan around a little bit here so you can see what's going on. You can see that the living room area here is very different than a lot of toy haulers. Now, I'm not going to say it's dramatically different than every toy hauler because there are other brands that have interiors that look very similar to this. There are a few suggestions I have, which I will bring up during this video, but for the most part, this is not your traditional toy hauler interior. Again, there are brands that do this. This is one of them, but I just wanted to point that out. So on this side, you have a beautiful, beautiful cabinet kind of hutch that goes around your TV. Nice wide view panoramic fireplace. You have your sound system right there. Nice cabinetry all the way around. You have your Thomas Paine love seat, and they're actually theater seats. So you have theater seats here, and you have another theater seat right here. Now this is the suggestion I would make. I would prefer to see this as an actual dinette, you know, because you have a lot of seating space in here. And I really think that this would make more sense as a dinette. I do believe they probably should have gone with a slightly wider seat right here to fill the gaps on each end, because that's probably a good 3 inches on each end that you could have gotten back. So about 7 inches of seating space, which would have enabled this to be more than a theater seat. You could have made it more into a love seat or even a small sofa. All right, the valances, they look okay. I mean, kind of bland, neutral, nothing super special, but they're not bad. In this area, it actually looks really nice, though, especially if you take a look at the slide system. You can see part of the cable-driven mechanism that's up top, but then you have a really cool kind of surround valance right there. That's really nice. On this side, you have more windows, tons of windows in this unit. Coming around this way, you have your wraparound kitchen, Insignia upgraded stove, which is really nice. High point microwave, and I do not know if this is a convection. It does not look to be a convection microwave. Over here, your single basin stainless steel sink, along with nice upgraded faucet. This unit has an MSRP of $179,975, but what I can tell you is the Dutchman Voltage toy haulers typically have the greatest rebates I've ever seen on RVs. You'll probably get this for well under what you would imagine. That's probably the best way of putting it. So if you call them, if you're looking for a unit like this, I would totally ignore that $179,975 because I can imagine this thing is going to be hugely discounted, and that's typically what you see with RVs in general, but the Dutchman Voltage, for some reason, has greater discounts than I've seen on any other unit. You have your drawers right here. They're not soft closing drawers. Your cabinetry all around the kitchen. You got quite a bit of cabinet space, and you have a good number of drawers. So the kitchen's laid out pretty well. It's a useful setup kitchen, which means you can use everything in it and not kind of wonder where things are going to go. Imagine this is another cabinet, spot for your trash can. More space underneath. On this side, you have an enormous pantry. I mean, a really enormous pantry. This thing is huge. They probably could have even put a few more shelves in. But yeah, you got a lot of space in there. Coupled with the space that you have around the TV, this unit is loaded with cabinetry. Samsung French door refrigerator. I figure most people know what the inside of a refrigerator looks like, so sometimes I don't open them. Coming around this way. Okay, we're going to step back into your garage. This looks to be a 13-foot garage. Sometimes I'm a little off with my garage measurements, so you might want to look it up, but it looks to be about 13 feet. It might be 12 feet. You have a really interesting kind of half bath space right here because this door can kind of plug into the floor and it gives you the ability to accordion this shut whenever it's connected, right? And you have the wall that comes out this way and then that way to actually close this space off if you want to use it as a dedicated half bath. If you're going to be loading toys in here, if you're going to be loading equipment or whatever you're going to be loading in here and you need the space though, you can open it up for travel. You have your washer and dryer connections back here as well, plus a separate thermostat. You're going to have a third AC unit, which is tucked right there. You may be able to see the edge of it. And then you're going to have this really cool elevating bed system that comes down. This comes down, turns into a kind of two bench with a table in the middle or just a flat bed. And then you got one above it that it turns into just a flat bed. It just comes down and gives you a nice sleeping spot. Pretty common on most toy haulers. If you lower the back ramp, you can put this little side gate going all the way around it, and you can have a nice patio back here with the doors that kind of cover everything up. So you have a really, really great entertaining space on this toy hauler. But again, that's very similar with most toy haulers, so I'm not going to say it's a standout feature. These steps are designed for the back patio, and you have another set of steps on the outside of this RV, which you'll see when we get out there, that take you up to the back entrance. You have your TV mounted up here already, along with cabinetry on each side of it. And then you have this really cool door that has a nice thick rubber seal that goes around the edge. And it's just designed to keep any gas fumes or anything like that out of the living space if you're going to be in the garage. Creates a good quiet seal as well. You have a second AC. Looks like they're doing a little bit of work on it, which is always good. You know, when you see this stuff, it means they've caught something or they're doing something, and it's always good if they can fix it before you get it. So just because you see something like this doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It means that they're fixing something, which isn't a bad thing. These things go through a lot of road shock whenever they're on their route to the dealership that you're going to see them at. All your controls behind a nice cabinet. You have another thermostat here, fuses and breakers down there. Stepping inside, nice solid one-piece shower stall. This is cool. So it's got a nice edge right here. That's actually the first I've seen of that. So that's really cool that they've kind of switched that up a little bit. You have a nice porcelain basin sink here, plus nice cabinetry up top for a medicine cabinet, and a lot of space right here. Plus porcelain foot flush toilet that's cornered. You probably have from here to here maybe about 14 inches, and from here to here probably like 30 inches of space. So you got plenty of space to sit on the toilet. One thing I didn't show you is there's a loft right there above the garage. It's a small loft. It's just designed for maybe one kiddo. I think a lot of people probably just use it for extra storage though, especially if you're full-timing. You can throw your Christmas tree up there. Okay, stepping into the master bedroom. Now this is what's cool about it. Typically in your larger toy haulers, a way that they try to give back more space if they can is by taking this bed and putting it against this wall. And that actually frees up like 3.5 feet of space. But it's not the most ideal in terms of setting up the bedroom. You lose wardrobe space because of it. And the fact that they put the bed on the side is really nice because it gives you back that really nice closet up front, all that storage space that you may be looking for. And it gives you the ability to have a nice wardrobe across from it because it's on a slide, so it's going to push out really far. But yeah, you get a king-size bed in here. You have a really nice bedroom. This is very reminiscent of a luxury fifth wheel that's not a toy hauler, which is kind of rare. So that's nice. You have your third AC up here as well. Nice contrasting wallboard for the ceiling, which I really like. And I love when they use these dark contrasting batten strips up top. It just gives it a much more luxurious, more finished off look. Very, very nice. I like the nightstands on each side of the bed as well. And I even like the headboard. It's just a really well laid out bedroom. All right, well, let's head outside and see what the outside of this thing's all about. Okay, starting from the front, working our way back, you see it has the Kurt Rotaflex pin box. What is a Rotaflex? It's part rotates right here, big thick inch rubber gasket or bushing that fits right here, and it basically helps dampen some of the shock and vibration from transferring from the RV to your truck or your truck to the RV whenever you're towing it. This has the hydraulic 6-point level up automatic leveling system. It is prepped for solar, but this solar prep right here is just designed to charge the house batteries. All right, so you have a 30-pound propane can on each side. And that door is locked outside of your water heater. It's kind of different seeing it on this side. Typically you see it on the other side. It's because the bathroom's on this side. Outside 110 outlet. You have your MORryde step above steps here. This does not ride on a drop frame, but it does have a 12-inch I-beam frame, and it's a very thick 12-inch I-beam frame. This is a cable-driven slide on this side, and I think the other side also uses cable-driven slides. Over here, this has a Carrier HD tire, Lodestar, has the Cree 3000 suspension system on it as well. We had a really heavy rain not too long ago, and that's why you see stuff splashed on the side of a lot of these RVs. Here's your back entrance with the stairs I talked to you about. It's going to have 2 awnings. You have one awning right there, another awning back here. Again, all frameless windows. This is a ventilation system for the back of the garage. You have another one on the front corner of the garage that allows cross ventilation to let air get out of here if you have like gas fumes, things like that. LED lighting, though I miss the long strip LED lighting that they usually put on these. This may be kind of a supply chain thing. I'm not exactly sure why they went to a round one here, but the voltage over here also has the round lighting, and even the one over there does. So maybe they've just gone with a different style of lighting. Has the 0G ramp door, which means that it's loaded so it has a spring on it, and it basically doesn't allow it just to drop down. It feels like it's weightless whenever you're lifting it. You have nice little jack legs right there to hold it in place to help stabilize it. And then you have another awning across the back here that comes out to cover up your back patio area whenever you're using it as a patio. You have your collapsible side ladder right here as well. You have a fueling station. One's going to be for your generator, one's going to be for your toys. So you can actually refill your generator off of your toy fueling station if you need to, which is really nice. This is going to be your dispensing system and your switch to turn on and off, and this is where your actual dispenser is going to be. Again, you got your 3 axles going on over here, another cable-driven slide, and another cable-driven slide up front for the bedroom. This is going to be the outside of your water heater, 50 amp connection, and your wet panel is going to be right here. Nicely laid out. There's your hot water heater bypass. A lot of people say it's not called a hot water heater. Well, everybody seems to call it a hot water heater. I get the reason why people say it's just a water heater, but everybody refers to it as a hot water heater except people who are critical about the term. Electronic leveling. And then nice slam latch. Not terribly thick doors, but they feel nice and dense. Then your other propane cans over here. Well, what do you guys think of this thing? Huge, huge toy hauler. Really nice. A lot of reasons to like it. It's got a lot of really cool perks about it. Big garage. Voltage, I believe, are probably the most popular toy hauler brand out there. A lot of people have them. They make higher end units that have full body paint and everything else. You know, my biggest critique on this unit is probably the tires. I'd like to see a little bit higher capacity tire, and I'd like to see more use of rack and pinion slides on toy haulers. You see a lot of cable-driven slides, and I think it's a weight thing. I think that's probably the reason why they do that. They want to give you as much weight back in terms of capacity for your garage. Anyways, guys, please give me your opinion. Please give me your feedback on what you think about this unit. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.